Hello children, welcome to the virtual session again. So let us continue with chapter heat part 3, that is chapter 4 part 3. So let us see, today we are going to learn one more mode of transfer of heat. So we have in your earlier session, in the previous session we have learned conduction, uh, that is the one of the mode of transfer of heat where it requires particle, one particle will transfer heat to the another, that way that conduction of the heat takes place. Here in convection, one more mode of transfer of heat we will see now today. Convection is the process by which heat is transferred in liquids and gases from the hotter part to the colder part. So what is the major difference between conduction and convection? Here you can see conduction takes place in solids and convection takes place in liquids and gases. So you have to take this down in your notebook. Do not draw this diagram, only take down this definition, by which convection is the process by which heat is transferred in liquids and gases from the hotter part to the colder part. So here you can see a round bottom flask in the lab. When you take water and you heat it, um, it will take time for the entire bulk of the water to get heated up, because due to the transfer of heat by convection. So heat will transfer from the hotter part to the colder part. So first the bottom part, the layer at the bottom, the water layer at the bottom will get heated, and there will be a convection current set up. So the layer, what will happen, it will rise, it will get heated up and it will rise because it will expand. So it will rise and another level it will go, and the convection current will set up, and then finally the entire bulk of water will get heated up. So convection is process by heat is transferred in liquid and gases. So a convection is has to form there, and then the entire bulk of water get heated. So this is how it is shown with the arrow. The entire water bulk in the round bottom flask will not get heated or will get warm at a time initially. It has to set up that convection process. Now this activity description: take some water in a round bottom flask, keep it on a tripod stand, put a crystal of potassium permanganate in it, and then heat it with a burner. The water at the bottom becomes hot and rises up, and cold water from the top moves down. This water becomes hot and rises up, and cold water from the bottom, from the top moves down, and process continues till all the water gets heated. This shows that heat is transferred by convection. So in this activity, we are adding a crystal of potassium permanganate to see the movement of the layers of water, and how that convection process set up in the round bottom flask is visible. That's why we are adding potassium permanganate. So this is the experiment to show transfer of heat due to convection. Now convection in air. Since convection process happens in liquid as well as in gases, so let us see how it happens in air. The air near the heat source get heated and rises up. So when it get heated, it will expand. Obviously, matter expand on heating. The air from the sides move into take its place. In this way, the air gets heated. So if you keep one hand above a flame and one hand on the side of the flame, the hand at the top feels hot because the air above is heated by convection. The hand at the side does not feel as hot because there is no convection. So over here you can see how convection takes place. Here no convection. Here if you see one hand, when you keep it on the side, and when you keep it on top, you will feel warm, your hand will feel warm. So this picture will give you a clear idea of convection in air. Now you have to take down what is sea breeze and land breeze. You need not draw the diagram. You have to take down this in your notebook. What is sea breeze? So there's a setup of breeze because of the convection of heat. There's a mode of transfer of heat you will see here. During the day, the land gets heated faster than the sea. So the air above the land gets heated, becomes hotter, and rises up, and cool air from the sea moves towards the land. This is called sea breeze. So here in the picture you can see sea breeze, where the hot air on the land will get heated up and it will expand and it will rise. But that when it is rising, you cannot create a vacuum like this naturally also. So what happened naturally, it doesn't happen that warm air rising and nothing will remain. uh, Cool air will try to take its place, and that setup, that process becomes a convection process, where hot air will rise and the cool air from the sea will try to occupy its place, because it will try to settle down, where warm air will try to rise up. So this happens in the daytime. That's why this is called as sea breeze. Please take down this, children. Land breeze, again you are going to take down in your notebook. Land breeze, here you can see during the night, sea cools down slowly, then the land. So the hot air above the sea rises up, and cool air from the land moves towards the sea. This is called as land breeze. So you can see over here, warm air from the sea will rise up because it is warm and it's going to expand and rise, and the cool air from the land will try to take its place, so that you can see that circulation will happen of replacing cool air and hot air, that will continue, and this will form a land breeze, and this will happen at night. So you can see in the diagram, in the picture, it's very clear. I hope you'll have written this land breeze in your notebook. Now you can see this diagram here. You can get a clear idea of what we have discussed just now. The clear picture of daytime and night time you can see. So sea breeze and land breeze. Then assignment of the day. Which of the following heat flow situations pertains to free or natural convection? So, which among these will be a natural convection? You just need to identify. Write the question and write the correct option. No need to copy all the four options. Air conditioning installations and nuclear reactors, flow of water inside the condenser tubes, cooling of internal combustion engine, or cooling of water in atmosphere. So, you just need to write question and the correct answer. One more question here. Question number 2. Give two example of convention in everyday life. So in your day-to-day life, you are seeing this process in happening in the nature. So you can give two examples from your day-to-day life. One more question here next. Write one point of difference between conduction and convection. So in the session, I have discussed one point of difference. You can write between conduction and convection, how they differ in the process. So I hope the concepts are clear, children, and you have taken down few points which I have told you to write in your notebook. In the next session, we will see one more mode of transfer of heat, that is radiation. So here we end with the session, children.